you know, you need another 5 reps. So embracing the suck is part of getting stronger, and the suck is the pain. Hey, Mark McKelly with Live Anabolic, and today I'm going to tell you how to get stronger after 50. I've got a whole long list of ideas, so stick around. I think you're going to like it. All right, guys, getting stronger means we got to do resistance training. Now, there's lots of different ways we can do it, but it all requires equipment. Now, a lot of my videos focus on working out at home. So when we're talking about working out at home, we're talking about using dumbbells and bands. Now, I would love for you guys to spend a little bit more money and get more equipment for your home gym. I'm going to get to that in just a few minutes. But guys, this is the absolute bare minimum here. Okay, so these bands are cheap, $25 on Amazon. They'll have them shipped to you in 2 days. All right, so there's no excuse not to get some bands. Now, these dumbbells, I really like them. Now, these are made by a company called Core. Lots of different companies make adjustable dumbbells. So I can dial in 20 pounds, all right, put it back in, 30 pounds, back down to 10 pounds. All right, so I can adjust these in just a matter of seconds, anywhere between 5 pounds and 50 pounds in 5-pound increments. So these are a fantastic piece of equipment, guys. I really do recommend you get adjustable dumbbells. Now, they're not cheap. I bought these before the pandemic kicked in. Okay, so I've had these for a couple of years. They were $300 on Amazon. They shipped them to my house free shipping, over 100 pounds, free shipping. I don't know how they do that. Nowadays, because of the pandemic and all these shortages in equipment out there, they're much more expensive. So this particular brand, I think, is about double, maybe $600. But there are some other brands, exact same thing. They're adjustable. You can get them for about $300 to $400 now. So doing adjustable is one way to go, or you can just buy individual pairs of dumbbells, okay? The problem is you're gonna end up with a lot of different pairs laying around. It gets kind of, you know, cumbersome, right? Takes up a lot of room. And then also individual pairs, while they're cheaper as a pair than this big adjustable set, they still add up, you know? So if you end up with 7 or 8 pairs of dumbbells, they're gonna be just as expensive as dropping the, you know, $300, $400, $500 up front. So you guys can kind of figure that out within your own budgets, okay? But this is what you have to have, bare minimum. We can do some workout with our body weight, okay, but that's pretty limited. So first of all, resistance training is the key to getting stronger over 50. And guys, yes, you definitely need to do resistance training. We are never too old. Matter of fact, I've shot some other videos where I talk about the importance of it and how it's actually more important to use this kind of equipment as we get older. All right, now guys, when it comes to getting stronger, there's just no getting around it. You have to push yourself. This is one of the biggest mistakes I see you guys making on a regular basis. When I say me see you, I'm talking about on our Facebook page. I think we have, I don't know, 10,000 members on our Facebook page, and I'm on there every day answering questions. I answer emails that our technical support team forward me, okay? And so I'm corresponding back and forth. I get people hitting me up on Instagram and all over the place. And so this is what I'm seeing. You guys aren't pushing yourself hard enough. So I'll give you a perfect example. No name, I'm not going to use any names here, all right? But I have a customer who's been sending me emails. He's frustrated he's not getting strong enough. He's not seeing enough improvement. And he said he's using 5 kilogram dumbbells on everything, every exercise. All right, so guys, there's a big giant red flag right there. So for you Americans that don't know how to convert kilograms into pounds, that 5 kilograms is 11 pounds. So there are some exercises that 11 pounds is plenty of weight. Let me show you real quick here. I'm going to dial in. I can get you to 10 pounds. All right, so 10 pounds, that's, about 5 kilograms, a little bit less. So if I was doing really strict, slow, lateral raises, okay, like this, with really good form, okay, that's a fair amount of weight. All right, so I'm fine with that, okay? Biceps, if you're doing really good strict form, nice slow controlled movement, 10, 11 pounds, no problem, nothing to be embarrassed about. But when you're doing my Fit After 50 program, I'm having you do every single muscle in your body with dumbbells or bands, which means your chest, your back, your legs. Those are big, strong muscle groups. And 5 kilograms, or in this case 10 pounds, isn't even close to enough weight to push yourself. Because my program, depending on which phase you're in, calls for either 15 reps, 12 reps, or 10, okay? And so my instructions tell you that by the time you get to the prescribed number of reps, 15, 12, or 10, you need to be really starting to get out of breath. You need to be pushing yourself or straining. And there's no way that you are going to be straining with 10-pound dumbbells doing 10 reps of chest press while laying on your back. Okay, that's just baby weight. Okay, so when I'm talking about getting stronger and pushing yourself, guys, you have to change the weights or the band resistance on every exercise. Okay, so because some muscle groups are just big muscles. When I'm doing lateral raises, that's a small muscle. Your shoulders are not very big, and even then we're isolating our lateral head of our shoulder. We're not even using all the muscles in our shoulder. But when you're doing legs, back, chest, things like that, you're going to be much, much stronger. So you're going to have to use more bands, heavier dumbbells, whatever it is, because if you don't, you literally are just never going to get any stronger. You'll get to this little baby plateau, and then you'll stay there for the rest of your life, right? All right, so it's better than nothing, but guys, come on. You need to have higher goals for yourself than some of the people I'm seeing out there doing these programs. It's not just about losing fat. That's great, all right? But you want to get stronger, and getting stronger builds muscle. The more muscle you build, the more easy it is, or the easier it is to burn fat. So guys, you have to push yourself. And another kind of trick, I might say, as far as pushing yourself is just try some music. Okay, so if a lot of y'all are like me, I'm 58 years old, I just didn't grow up with headphones and all that kind of stuff. Well, I just figured out only 10 years ago probably, I started listening. I have headphones, and it makes my workout so much better, okay? It goes quicker, it's not as tough psychologically, and I just feel like I can push myself. So find the kind of music that motivates you, get you some headphones, and at least give it a try. I promise it'll make it easier. All right, so another way to get stronger as we get older is you need a workout partner, okay? I understand a lot of y'all won't be able to pull this off, but at least try, all right? Make an effort, find somebody, and your workout partner might be your wife or girlfriend, okay? So I have lots of people sending me questions asking if Fit After 50 is good for a woman to do. And the answer is, wow, yes, absolutely, slam dunk, yes. It's great for women, okay? So find somebody to push yourself. I promise. Now, I have the luxury of being able to go out and work out with these young guys. So I really do prefer finding, these guys are in their 20s that I work out with a lot of times. And I'm stronger when I'm working out with them, okay? And it's not just an ego thing. It really is a central nervous mind-muscle connection thing. So when I'm working out with a buddy like this, I'm more focused, and I'm concentrating more on what I'm doing. And I don't know if y'all understand this or not, but when we're lifting heavy weights, when we're really straining, we're not using every single muscle fiber, okay, in our body. Our brain, for some reason, is just unable to do it. So, and I think the average maybe is about a 50% recruitment. I may be a little off on these numbers, but not a lot. And I think, like Olympic level athletes are able to maybe incorporate maybe closer to 60% of all their muscle fibers contracting, when they're doing a big, powerful lift. So just by focusing and concentrating and having someone push you and encourage you is fantastic for getting, a lot of times it's great for getting over the hump, you know, that plateau I talked about, where you've gotten stronger, but then you're just kind of doing the same thing every day, every week, every month. All right, so I know when Austin comes to town and we go work out together, I literally feel better. Okay, now part of it is you know, it's psychological, right? My knees don't hurt as much, my back doesn't hurt as much, I have a little more spring in my step, okay? I'm a little more excited, it's not as boring, okay? I've been doing this a long time, guys. I'm 58 years old. I've been lifting weights for 38 years. If you all can find a buddy to do this with you, okay? Get out of your comfort zone, all right? It could be a buddy, your wife, your girlfriend, I don't care. Get somebody, because I promise you're gonna find out that even though they're not being a jerk about it, you know, they're not screaming at you like you see on TV, all right? Just having them there watching you will motivate you, all right? And I promise you'll end up recruiting more muscle fibers because you're gonna be more focused on what you're doing. You'll have a better mind-muscle connection. And guess what? When you push it harder, when you lift more weight, when you do more reps of the same weight, I don't care, you're gonna do more damage to your muscles, which is what we're trying to do. We're trying to damage those muscle fibers. And then of course, when you sleep over the next few days and feed it with protein, they repair and they overcompensate, all right? So those muscles get slightly bigger and slightly stronger every time they repair themselves. All right, I've already kind of briefly touched on this, and I'm not gonna spend a whole lot longer, and that is that we need to invest in equipment, guys. To get stronger, it is gonna require a financial commitment, all right? So the Fit After 50 program itself is dirt cheap. I mean, all in, the complete bundle, everything you can possibly get is like $79 one time, all right? Way too cheap if you ask me, all right? But guys, you can't cheap out and think you can build muscle and lose fat and get fit and, you know, change your life radically without spending any money, okay? So the equipment is gonna be the bigger investment. So the bands are dirt cheap, and these dumbbells are far more expensive. I've mentioned that, but guys, remember, these things don't expire after the end of the month. You don't have to buy a new set every month, right? Okay, these things are good forever. So think about it that way. You'll be using this equipment for the next 20 years. So take the cost, divide it by 20, all right? Are you willing to spend, I don't know, say 20 bucks a year to have dumbbells? Think about it that way as opposed to a $400 upfront investment. So guys, yeah, I get it, it's money, but compare it to where you spend money in the rest of your life. I mean, every single month you drop thousands of dollars on all kinds of crap. I mean, stuff that you don't really need, right? I mean, all kinds of stuff, and clothes and entertainment and alcohol and whatever else. So guys, invest in the equipment. I promise, as you progress and get stronger and stronger, you're gonna need more and more better equipment, and that is just a great way to go. All right, so guys, part of getting stronger is just embracing the suck, right? I'd actually never heard that phrase until my Marine buddy told me about it. All right, so this guy's a captain in the Marine Reserves, and the guy's in, you know, crazy good shape. He's real strong, and he's just a total badass. Okay, so he doesn't bitch and complain about the pain. All right, I do, but Austin pushes me. And you know, I think maybe you can see a little bit from the strain on my face here. That's kind of why I put this picture up, is I'm curling. I have a sandbag. It's out of the screen at the bottom here, but you can see my left hand is holding the handle of a 60-pound sandbag. And that's one of the pieces of equipment that we use in this particular workout program that Austin and I put together. It's a military style workout. It's called Warrior Strong. And the deal is, this workout program has an exercise where we use a sandbag to do curls. Now, we have the sandbag maxed out at 60 pounds, but it's adjustable. You can take some of the sand out. But the deal is, Austin is pushing me, all right? Now, I know he's not screaming at me right now, but he was a little later, okay, just a few seconds later. As I started to kind of wuss out and get to my maximum, okay, he's like, get after it, all right? You know, you need another 5 reps. So Embracing the suck is part of getting stronger, and the suck is the pain, right? And it's not long pain, right? It only lasts for, 10 seconds, right? Because when you start a set, I'm just pretending to do curls, all right? Let's say we're doing a set of curls. Well, the first 5, 6, 7 reps don't hurt, right? It's just the last few of the set that hurt. That's when the lactic acid starts building up in your muscles, okay? That's when they get really, really fatigued. That's when your body says, I can't do anymore, okay? But that's where your brain has to take over, guys, and say, screw my body, I need to push forward, all right? I'm not quitting. So that's, this kind of ties back into what I was saying just a few minutes ago about you guys aren't pushing yourself hard enough. And I'm not talking about killing yourself when you're a total beginner in the first month of Fit After 50, all right? My instructions specifically say don't push yourself too hard. I'm talking about you guys that have been working out for several months, okay? Your body is adjusted. It is now ready. It's strong enough. It's safe now to push yourself to failure, all right? To where you can't do anymore of whatever exercise, okay? So, guys, it's only a few seconds per set. Then you get to put the weight down. It doesn't hurt anymore. You rest for a minute or so, then you do it all over again. So everybody, okay, everybody watching today can take a little pain for a few seconds, all right? Every once in a while. It's not that hard. If I can do it, you can do it. All right, so to kind of wrap up this whole embrace the suck segment, and that is, I'm talking about guys out there who've been working out for a few months now. You're ready to push it. You're not a total beginner anymore. So if at the end of each set, you're not feeling some pain, all right? There's not a little bit of suck going on, then you ain't doing it right. You're not pushing yourself hard enough, which means you're not progressing, you're not getting stronger, you're just staying at the same level. So cruise control ain't gonna hack it, guys. You have to push the pedal to the metal. All right, so another way to get stronger as we get older, and that is just you gotta mix it up, all right? So if you're following one of my or Gary's programs, we do that for you, all right? So Fit After 50, which is what I'm intimately familiar with, is each phase, and there's 3 in the basic program, and then there's actually a 4th phase, okay, that you can upgrade to. But each one of those phases is different from the previous one. Now there are some overlap in the exercises from one phase to the next, but the way that I incorporate them and have you do the different exercises really changes up from month to month to month. And there's a couple reasons that mixing it up is important. First of all is it confuses the muscles. So if you do the same exercise with the same weight, same number of reps day after day after day, you'll get strong on that exercise. You will build some muscle, but then you'll plateau, all right? Then your body's not going to get any bigger or stronger, okay? Because it doesn't want to exert itself more than it needs to as far as building muscle is concerned. So it's only going to get to that point, the bare minimum required, all right? So mixing it up is great as far as the exercises, the way that we hold our hands, different hand positions can make, the same exercise actually attack the muscles from different angles. But the other thing that mixing it up does is right up here, psychologically, all right? So there's 2 reasons to mix it up, right? And that is so you don't get bored, okay? When things get stale, workout programs, your daily routine, whatever, you don't want to do it, okay? And I get it. And so I spent a lot of time when I was designing Fit After 50, not just with the exercises themselves in mind, but I'm spending time in my brain thinking what you're thinking in your brain as you're going through these 3-4 months worth of workouts, because I really am concerned about you guys getting bored doing my workout, okay? And so as long as you're not bored, as long as it's interesting, okay, and as long as it keeps you kind of motivated because you got a new day coming up or a new month and you're kind of excited, man, you will work out so much harder, all right? So mix it up, guys. And you can do completely different workout programs. Do one of Gary's, do one of mine. You can change Fit After 50 real easily. I mean, you can do the same phase over again after you've completed it, but this time do twice as many reps. Cut the amount of rest back by 50%. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can kind of tweak these things to make them new and fresh. So mixing it up is another fantastic way to build muscle. So guys, as far as getting stronger, we're talking about all the things we need to do as far as working out is concerned, or exercise, but you're not going to get stronger if you don't eat right, okay? And most of the time when we're talking about eating, it's about losing fat, right? That's where we're talking or concerned about, focused on as far as our nutrition is concerned, because we're not eating the right stuff, we're getting fat, and this is actually the opposite of that. You got to eat to put on muscle, okay? And I promise you, most of you guys out there are not getting enough protein in your daily diet. So, why protein? Because that is the only macronutrient your muscles use to rebuild, okay, and repair. So when we work out, everything I've talked about so far today concerns tearing your muscle fibers down, actually damaging your body, all right? And so when those muscle fibers get damaged, they repair themselves over the course of the next typically 2 to 3 days, and they use protein that you're ingesting every day. And that protein is used to help repair those cells. So if you're not getting enough protein in your daily diet, then your muscle fibers are not going to repair 100%. All right, so let's do this real quick. So let's say this is where my muscle fiber starts off, size and strength-wise. And you beat the hell out of it, you work out really hard, and you tear it down, and now it's down here as far as strength, okay. And then over the course of the next 3 days, if you give it enough rest and protein, it's gonna go up past where it started and a little bit higher, a little bit stronger, a little bit bigger, okay? So here's 100%, that's where we started, and it ends up, let's say 110%, all right? But if you don't get enough protein, you tear it down, okay? And then as it starts to repair, blah, 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 it only goes back up maybe to 100%. It never gets above that level. So guys, all you're doing is you're spinning your wheels. I mean, why kill yourself with your workouts if you're not gonna get, as much bang out of your buck, okay, as possible by just eating? And so I think you'll find that most of you probably won't get enough protein in just your regular daily diet in the whole foods that you eat, all right? So I don't. So that means I have to take a protein shake, I eat protein bars, so it's fine to use protein supplements, okay? I'm all for it. So just make sure the supplements you're taking, the protein doesn't have a lot of extra like sugar in it. So most of these great whey proteins, they're usually pretty good, no problem. Mix them with water, pretty bland. If you mix them with skim milk or almond milk or something like that, most of them taste actually fantastic. So protein, guys, is key to getting stronger. All right, so kind of to wrap it all up, and that is soreness. Now, I mentioned pain earlier. Remember, embrace the suck? That's the momentary pain while you're working out, and it only lasts for a few seconds. So the final thing is, guys, the day after or 2 days after, and it's called DOMS. Stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. And of course, all you guys have experienced this, even if you're just out working in the yard, right? You're using a lot of muscles that you normally don't use, and you spent maybe 2 or 3 hours in the yard, and you're just, oh my God, I'm sore the next day. Same thing goes with lifting weights. Now, if you are not a little bit sore, okay, the day or two after, then that means you probably weren't pushing it hard enough in your workout the previous day. So that's another way to kind of gauge how much effort you're putting into it. And remember, if you're not putting in enough effort, you're not going to get any stronger. If you're not getting stronger, you're not getting bigger, you're not putting on muscle. And if you're putting on muscle, that means you're going to be burning more calories throughout the course of the day and the week, which means you're going to be burning more fat. I mean, it's a big chain reaction, guys, and so pushing yourself and getting stronger really leads to lots of other really good things. So, guys, you need to be a little sore afterwards. Now, if you are feeling really sore, okay, all right, if it's hard to move your arm or your chest or your legs, then something's wrong, okay? You pushed it too hard. Or basically, you're just not there yet. So I promise you're gonna get to a point, and it may take 3 months, 6 months, I don't know, but you will get to a point where your body is in good enough shape that you can go as hard as you possibly can. I mean, just on every set, kill yourself. And you'll only be a little sore for the next couple of days. And it's the good soreness. It's the soreness that makes you go, oh wow, I can feel it in my legs or my chest. I know I did something good yesterday, and I'm going to come back bigger and stronger in a few days. And you'll actually be able to feel the difference in your muscles after a couple of days of them repairing. They will actually feel a little bigger. But that only comes with pushing it hard enough that you get sore the day or two afterwards. And remember, guys, you can't do all this, all right, overnight. It doesn't happen in just a few days or even a few weeks. It's going to take months. But if you always stick with it and never give up on yourself, I promise you're going to get a lot stronger.